Yesterday we spoke about polar bears. And what do you think we're going to talk about today? That's right, penguins. Penguins are actually birds. Did you know that? They've got black and white feathers and wings and a beak, and they walk with a funny waddle. Penguins can't fly like birds though, because the penguin's body is too heavy to fly in the sky like a bird. Do you know what a baby penguin is called? It's called a chick, just like a baby bird. Penguins spend most of their time swimming underwater looking for food. They like to eat fish. Can you see? This penguin has got a fish in its beak. And when they get tired of walking on the icy snow, they slide along on their tummies. It looks like fun, doesn't it? Penguins also like to play. They like to dive off of the cliffs into the icy water. And many times they will get back up and dive over and over again. I'm going to tell you a story now about a penguin. It's about an emperor penguin. An emperor penguin is a type of a penguin. I am an emperor penguin. I am chubby and tall, with short stubby wings. My home is Antarctica, a land of ice and snow. I cannot fly, but I can dive and swim. Let me tell you my story. My life begins inside an egg. Mom catches me on her feet. Slowly, carefully, she gently dances me over to my dad's feet. If she drops me on the ice, I will freeze. Can you see how the daddy has now got the egg on his feet? And he keeps it nice and warm for 2 months. My mom has left on the long trek to her favorite feeding ground in the sea. Dad looks after me while she's away. I perch in my egg on top of his feet, protected by his warm body. The days are growing shorter and colder. Dad huddles together with a group of other dads, turning their backs to the icy wind. They take turns standing in the middle. It's much, much warmer there. Looks freezing cold, doesn't it? It's time to leave my egg. I poke a small hole in the top with my sharp beak, and then I chip away until the top comes off. Can you see the little baby penguin is wriggling out of the eggshell? Mom is here, back from the ocean, waiting to greet me. Now it's Dad's turn to go and look for food. So the mommy was away looking for food while the daddy looked after the egg, and now the mommy's there to look after the baby chick while the daddy goes to look for food. I'm finally big enough to leave Mom's feet. I snuggle together with the other chicks waiting for our parents to bring us dinner. 2 family members stay close by, watching the sky for hungry giant seabirds, because seabirds want to eat little baby penguins. Here come our moms and dads back from the sea. I call and call for my mother. The other chicks call too. So they're very clever because they've all got their own special call that their mommies and daddies recognize, and then they know which baby chick to go to. Finally, Mom finds me. She spits a mouthful of mushy fish straight into my beak. The baby penguins can't chew the fish yet, so the mommy makes it mushy in her beak, and then she puts it into the baby penguin's beak. It's time for my first swim. I line up with my friends. Splash! One by one we dive into the icy water. My friend screeches a warning. A leopard seal has followed us in. We duck and weave under the water, desperate to escape. Terrified, we leap out of the water and back onto the ice. And we slither and slide and then scramble across the humps of snow. So the leopard seal is hunting for food, and it wants to eat the baby penguins. The hungry leopard seal follows us, but out of the water she's slow and clumsy, too slow to catch any of us. And look, the baby chicks are now grown up into adults. So after 4 long winters and summers, my friends and I returned to the place where we were hatched. So they're not babies anymore, they're now big penguins. It's a long, long way to walk. We glide across the ice on our bellies when we get tired. It's fun. When I arrive, I lower my head and call a special song. Another penguin calls back. I bow so she can see my beautiful orange neck feathers. She bows back. We touch beaks and then dance together. After laying our egg, my partner sets off on her long track back to our feeding ground in the ocean. So now they've laid an egg, the mommy's going to go and look for food, and here the daddy is looking after the egg again. Wow, we've learnt a lot about penguins today, haven't we? We've learnt that they're birds and they've got black and white feathers, but can they fly? No. And baby birds are called chicks. They can't fly, but they are very good swimmers, and they look for fish to eat under the water. Thank you for listening so nicely to my story about the penguins. See you again tomorrow.